Hi, my name is Amanda, and I'm going to be reading free Kindle books so you don't have to. You may or may not know this already, but Amazon regularly gives away free Kindle books. I'm pretty sure it's the authors that decide that it's free. Sometimes it's only for one day, or sometimes it's just they're always free. And it's kind of a grab bag. I have found authors that I absolutely love through this, and they've become new authors I've enjoyed. And I'll go back and buy more books just based on that. I've also run across stuff that I got exactly what I paid for. I paid nothing, and that book was trash. I read just about everything. I do have a few special interests, and I've been collecting books in those special interests, but if you were to send me something of a completely different genre, I would read it. I might even actually start collecting some spicy ones just for funsies. I think that'll be hilarious. I've heard a lot of the free spicy books are funny. I'm definitely going to be probably at least looking for some. But right now we're going to be starting with predominantly herbalism books, because with the rise of AI generated content, I as an herbalist feel that it is important to warn people about unsafe practices in books. I have seen AI content that has given herbal advice that's not safe. It is my intention to report those books as I find them, and also praise the ones that have actual genuinely good information in it. In this economy, if somebody can get genuine information for a very low cost to free, that could be really helpful to a lot of people. Like I said, I am an herbalist. That is an unregulated term. Yes, there are people who have certificates, but really a lot of those certificates are vanity degree type things. There are some good ones. There are people who make the most of it. Ultimately, you're going to get what you put into it. I have not bothered to do any of that because I don't see the point in paying for the money for something I've done my whole life. I come from a long line of herbalists, cunning women, apothecary type things. And I currently run an apothecary where I live. It's just a small local thing. And I try to help educate people on different ways that they can help themselves without necessarily going to a doctor. We don't need to go to a doctor for every little headache, toothache, and ache and pain in our body. But at the same time, I do think it's important to acknowledge that you can't heal everything with herbs. You can't tincture away everything. And sometimes you have to go to a doctor. And that's where a lot of these books try to convince people is that they can cure everything. And that's just not true. Some of them also give unsafe ways to use various things. And that's one of the things I do want to kind of stay away, or help people stay away from. I've also noticed in the past that a lot of these free books are trying to funnel you into buying something else. So it could be an MLM trying to give you health tips, but really it's going to come down to join my team. And I'm very anti-MLM. I think it's predatory to everybody involved, the person selling it, the person buying it, and everybody except for the people at the very top. The reason I bring all this up is the very first book I am doing is How to Build an Herbal First Aid Kit. I've actually already read that, but I'm going to save that for the next video. But I do think it's important that people know where I'm coming from with my experience. I am in my 40s and I've been working with plants my entire life. Locally, I'm known as the plant lady. Some of that's because I give away plants, I give away seeds, and I just help people grow stuff. I think it's really important that people grow as much of their own food as they are physically able to. I know not everybody can, but I try to facilitate and help people with container garden, making the most use of what they have, and then helping provide them with seeds as well. Now, I use a Kindle Paperwhite. This is actually, I think, the first gen of the Kindle Paperwhite. And actually still has like the USB Mini on there. It's not the USB-C like a lot of them use now. I had the original Kindle first, and I had that for years, and then eventually it just died. I actually still have it around here somewhere. I don't even know if it would charge, but then I upgraded to this one. It was a birthday present to myself, and I like it because, like, it's not that bright. I bought myself a Fire at one point, and I think it's just too bright. I know you can adjust that, but it's got, like, the blue light, and my glasses do have a blue light filter, but I just find this much more relaxing. Like, if you get into the text, it's not super bright. And I actually go to sleep reading a lot of times, and I don't find this too overstimulating, but I can still read in the dark so that I don't bug my husband. And it's really nice to just curl up under a blanket with the book that I don't need a light for. That's actually why I originally bought the Paperwhite, is because I just wanted something I could read on that I didn't need a light for. Because the original Kindle didn't have a backlight. This was the first one that did. And I know Kindle technology has come so far. They now even have waterproof ones and things like that. But me, I'm a don't upgrade until you have to. Eventually this is going to die and I'll probably have to upgrade to something. But I hope that they still have the Paperwhites that are like this. I read everything. So I'm looking forward to what people send, because I highly recommend people to send stuff. If it's not free when I go to it, I'll keep an eye on it and see if it becomes free, because a lot of those, they rotate. And I am going to be posting a written review of all the books on Goodreads, if I can find a Goodreads page for that book. And I'm going to be posting a written review on a Facebook page that I have. I'll be linking that information in the description below. So if you want to follow me on Goodreads or you want to follow me on Facebook, you can definitely do that. I want to try to start a TikTok, but I don't know. I'm having some problems. It's not letting me upload anything at the moment. TikTok is also something I'm more familiar with. I do actually have a couple different TikToks for various different things and topics. So I do a lot more of the short form content in general and the whole one take. I know as a whole, YouTube tends to be more scripted, more well put together, and things like that. Maybe I'll get there eventually. This is my very first real post on this profile, so I don't have any followers, and I don't expect to go viral or anything crazy like that. I'm just reading Kindle books. But if you would like to subscribe, that would be so big to me. I would love to be able to at least be able to monetize at some point, but I'm not really expecting to. I actually do run an apothecary business, and that is our only source of income at the moment. So if I could monetize this as well, that would be really cool, because I got laid off several months ago and it's been stressful. Anyways, it's nice to meet you, and I look forward to reading a lot this year. Tell me what your favorite author is. My favorite author, I have to really think about this, but I would say in the moment at least, Timothy Zahn. I really like Star Wars books because I'm a nerd. And the Thrawn series is one of my favorite series of books. I also like the Dresden Files. But I read a wide range of books for the last, like, I want to say since COVID, to be honest, like since 2020. I've been reading predominantly nonfiction. It could be herbalism books. It could be revolutionary books, history books. So I do kind of hope I'm able to get away from just pure nonfiction soon. But I always kind of get drawn back into it. I've been reading a lot of Angela Davis. Love Angela Davis. When you go see my Goodreads, you'll see that it hasn't been that active. I've been reading more than what's on there. I just haven't put everything on there. But with this channel, that is one of the things I'm going to be doing, is putting what I read on Goodreads on there so you can kind of follow along. And Anyways, yeah, what's your favorite book, favorite author, favorite genre, or are you just here for the lulls?